All right, let's do this. I have shown you a lot this unit. Hill-SAS, 3060, 4545, Pythag, and SOHCAHTOA. The unfortunate part about all that, I need what triangle?
Right.
A right triangle. That's kind of ridiculous, though, by the way. I can't use all this stuff unless the triangle's right. So last part of this unit is, I still want a side and I still want to find an angle, but it's not a right triangle anymore. But we can still find it using two formulas. I'll give you one today, and the second one Monday we get back from break. And these two formulas I'm going to show you, any type of triangle, right triangle or not, doesn't matter. So let's just jump right into the fire here with example one. Our favorite direction, solve the triangle. Little reminder, solve, what am I asking for? Everything that's missing, yes, everything. Well, I don't need to give you a crazy formula to find the missing angle, so can we just find the missing angle? Let's start there. I don't need any Hill-SAS, sine, cosine to do this, to find angle C. So angle C, get rid of this. Here we go, angle C. Let's go start with number 5, angle C. 30 degrees, yep, good work. That's 30. All right, before I discuss how to find the sides using this new formula, I want to introduce some new notation now. Everyone take a look at side AB, please, on my diagram. Side AB. We have referred to it as side AB all year long, but now I'm going to refer to it as something different. Side C. Why can I call it side C? Everyone take a look. What's across from it? Angle C. All right, so you're going to start seeing that notation now. I'm going to start naming sides, not by their endpoints, but by a single lowercase letter. And that lowercase letter is the angle opposite it. All right, so you guys see side A up there too? That's opposite angle A. All right, so you'll see that notation from time to time. We all agree everything I've shown you from this unit, useless, because it's not a right triangle. But I'm still going to ask for side A or side C here. And here is what I am going to use, what's called the law of sines. It is a proportion. All right, the law of sines is a proportion with the following in it. How many sides in a triangle? 3, right? You're going to take one of those sides. I'm just going to call it side A. Could be any side. You're going to take one of those sides and you're going to put it over the sine, hence law of sines, the sine of whatever angle is opposite it. Okay, so what this is right here is that's a side, and this is the sine of the angle across from it. And then we're going to take a second side. I'll just call it B. And we're going to put it over the sine of the angle across from it. Okay? So it uses two sides and the angles across from it. Law of sines. Law of sines. And we're not going to run into this today, but we will in the future, and I just want to start off with it now. These 4 values that you plug in all have to come from the same triangle. All right? You guys remember yesterday? Yeah, the diagram that looked like that at the end of the quiz, right? If for some reason now, if I wanted to do law of sines to figure this out, all 4 values must come from the same triangle. Okay, you just can't go, I'm going to use the side of this and this side over here. They have to come from the same triangle, all 4 values. So let's go back to our example here. I'm going to let somebody decide right now. 16, you want to find side A or side C? Your call. Side C. Sure, let's go. Everyone ready? Let's find side C using the law of sines now, because nothing else I've given you in this unit works. So let me start with my proportion. All right, you want to find side C. I'll put C up here because it's a side. So side C. Over now, everyone look at the angle opposite, which is, what's the angle opposite C? 9? 30? Yep. So now I'm not going to put 30. Sine 30. Remember, this is called the law of sines. Sine 30. Now on the other part of the proportion, I want to put a second side. But come on now, let's think about this. Do I really want to put A there and have two variables? No. You want to put the side that you know and the angle across. So what should my second half of my proportion look like? 4. What side do I want to use now? What is it? CA, which is how long? 28. So I could put 28 over, give me the angle opposite now, 22. Sine 40. There you go. Law of sines in action. How do you solve a proportion? Yeah, I'm not changing the rules here. It's a proportion. Solve it by cross multiplying. Let's go. So extremes would give me C times sine 40 equal to your means 28 sine 30. Don't change your thinking. We've solved stuff like this for quiz 2. How do I get C by itself? What do I need to do on that left side to get C by itself? It's 26. Garbage. 13 to get C by itself. Divide by sine 40 here. Yep, there we go. Now, I would just put all of this right here in a fraction template, but I've noticed my last 2 classes here today, a lot of you guys just like to type 28 times sine 30, enter, divide by sine 40. That's fine too. All right, I just like to one step in the calculator, put it all in the fraction template, but if you want to do 2 separate steps, you do you. And rounding directions, round your final answers to the nearest tenth. 9 when you're ready. 21.8 looks good to me. Side C has a length of 21.8. Yep. And then we go to side A. Hey, anybody a little Pythag for side A? Pythag, anybody? No. Stop being embarrassing. Why? It's not a right triangle. There you go. We got to use law of sines again. So now side A, what are you going to put that over? Side A over 10? Sine 110. And now we really have options, right? We can use the 28 and sine 40, or you could use your new 21.8 over 30, sine 30, but I always like to go from whatever was given, because if that's wrong, darn right, that's going to be wrong. Okay, so just go with whatever was given. So I'm going to stick with the 28 and the sine 40 here. Still cross multiply like usual. A times sine 40 equals 28 times sine 110. Still going to divide by sine 40. And make sure we're rounding to the nearest tenth. Take your time. Whenever you're ready, let me know. 4, let me know when you're ready. A. What do you have? 41. Nearest tenth, Leisha. Nearest tenth. 40. Oh, yeah. 0.9, yes? Okay, before I go on to the next one, I can't tell you 100% if you're right or wrong, but there should be a way to tell, or you should have a lot of confidence if you're right or wrong, though. Here's why, and I want you guys to tell me. All right, side C we just found was what? 21.8. And the other one was what? 40.9. Look at that triangle now. I just filled in all the missing sides and angles. Anybody want to tell me, based on a theorem from this year, why I'm pretty confident I did this right? Look at my diagram. How do I know from a theorem we've discussed this year that, you know what, that diagram looks spot on for a triangle? Dylan?
Largest side across from the largest angle.
In a triangle, where's the biggest side? Across from the biggest angle, smallest side across from the smallest angle. So that all matches up. So it looks pretty good. All right. Questions? That'll be the last time we solve a triangle today. I'll ask more specific ones now. All right, example 2. Oh, yeah, nice. Got to draw our own diagram. Triangle DAT, dat triangle. Waiting. Yes, Claire, thank you. Thank you. Dat triangle, think about it, some of you. Talk to people in your group if you need help. Oh, this is like top 7 right here. Top 7 right now. The top 7 day for me. I wait for this. I wait for this day. Dat triangle. 27 degrees. Oh, I get it. Dat is, yep, the street lingo. Yep. Now, hey, do we start? Now you're going to start seeing the notation. Now you'll start seeing T equals 21. That's the side opposite. Angle T is 21. And now I'm looking for side D, the side across from angle D. All right, little law of sines here for you. All right, so I see D. What am I going to put that over? D over 7. Sine of 27, and I'm starting to get nervous because I'm going to run into a problem. I see the other side is 21, but no angle across from it. And I'm not putting in 105 just because it's there. It's not across from it. And not putting a second variable either. Can you, any help maybe with that problem? 17, any help? How?
180 minus 19.
Okay. Hey, this is honors math. You just can't plug in and go right away. You might have an issue every once in a while, and you got to do an extra calculation. 180 minus 105 minus 27. Got that value, Riley? 48 looks good to me. Now we're all set. All right, now we're all set. Divide by sine 48. And I changed the directions up on you. We're not nearest 10th anymore. Read those directions. When you're ready, nearest integer, 11.
13.
13. Any questions before I change it up on you? All right, so I think we're decent at finding a side. Can I use law of sines to find an angle? Darn right. Let's see what we have here now. Just triangle ABC. Nothing fancy there. 112 for angle C. All right, no, C is 10. Everyone look across. The side opposite C is 10. Side opposite B is 7. Great job. Everyone help me find angle B now. Angle B. How many degrees in angle B? All right, use your law of sines. Okay, use your law. I know we're finding an angle and not a side, but not changing anything here. All right, give me one side and an angle you want me to throw in there. 11 again.
7.
Okay, stop. What am I going to put at the bottom of this? Go ahead, bro.
sine of B.
Not.
No, sine to the -1 of B.
What are we doing here? What are you doing? You all right? You had it
Wait,
right to
but-
begin with.
That
You can write sine B. You can write sine X. I just don't want you to put X. That's my point. Just don't put X because you got to put a sine with it. So sine, whether you put B because it's angle B or X because I labeled it X, it's up to you. Going here. 2. What about on the other side?
10 over sin.
I'm not writing that down.
Sine 112.
All right, I'm going to slowly take our time here to cross multiply. So I have 10 times the sine of X on one side. On the other, 7 times the sine of 112. What's your next move going to be then? All right, you multiply this in your calculator. Great. What are you doing over here now? Because we need to get something by itself here. And you're not dividing by sine 10. There is no 10 degrees in this problem. So what do you think I have to move over here? Just the 10. Yep, good. So just move over the 10, divide both sides by 10. So everyone can go ahead and do that calculation. All right, so we're getting sine X on this side. The 10s cancel. Over here, you got a decimal, right? 0.6490286,982. Is that what angle B is? No. Hey, come on. What do you think? I'm going to round that to 1 degree? Come on now. Be real here. That's the sine of whatever the angle is. So I still have another step to go. Just a matter of what is it. I still have one more step. I know what the sine of my answer is, but I need the actual degree measure. We've done this already. Darn it, yesterday on the quiz you did it a bunch of times. How do I find an angle knowing the sine, cosine, or even tangent value? What do I need on here? What do I need on here? What? Act like you've been here. Come on, you got this. We've done this. It's nothing new.
-1.
The inverse, right? And guys, I don't care what we're doing in this unit. If I asked you to find an angle in a triangle, we're doing sine, cosine, tangent, you got to do inverse. Always. Always do the inverse when finding an angle. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. You want to find angle B? We're going to do the inverse of sine, and we're going to plug in that decimal we just found. If you want to find an angle, you do the inverse. And then after you do the inverse, round to the nearest degree now, that angle is going to be 1640 degrees. Questions? More than half the class now. Start that assignment, and you guys know go right to the answers when you're done. Don't pack up without checking them. Let's get rolling. Many people in last period finished it.